remember our first day at school, waking up when the clock rings, not knowing what to expect in a new environment. But stop. It's not children I worry about, it's parents. Harry, some color, please. My, you have no idea how parents can mess things up. It's so simple to do it right. Let me, my parent friends, give you some tips on how to help your child with a little help from what they call in television and show business, a narrator. But first, this is how not to do it.
For any parent, the first day at school can lead to the most extraordinary behaviour, most of which is out of character. The first day at school, if not properly organised, can be the most stressful day for both parent and child.
Well, in fact, I'm the last person to be talking about this because my first day of school was a bit of a disaster. I kicked the teacher and I ran home. And we want to make sure that kind of thing doesn't happen again. So what we're trying to do here is to say that school should be fun, it should be interesting, and it should be a place where children learn. And what we're saying to parents is, this is how schools work, so that you will understand the system and be able to understand what your children are going through and be able to advise them. That's what we're about here.
Ireland a wonderful country from up here. No matter where you go, children are basically the same. I just realized something. I'm afraid of heights.
The children of Ireland grow in an environment that is both beautiful and diverse, retaining the character of former times, yet changing in the ever-expanding Europe of which we're a part of. Children learn informally from what's around them, especially from their parents. Just as they walk and talk at different ages, children also read and write when they are ready to do so themselves. The correct nurturing from the earliest possible moments pay huge dividends as your child grows. It is not necessary for children to be able to write or recognize letters before coming to school. It is more important to mentally and physically prepare them for school.
Okay, there are 6 prerequisites for learning. First, positive attitude.
What's this? It's a paint box.
It's important to inculcate a positive attitude towards learning. Consequently, your child will endeavour to become involved in the learning process.
Ask questions. Encourage curiosity.
What's this here? Is this something to stop the lightning, is it?
Children should be encouraged continually to ask more questions, as curiosity has a positive impact on learning. Responding to them in a positive way will ensure that your child will continue to ask questions, and thus the learning curve continues.
Prerequisite number 3. Give them self-confidence.
1, 2, 3.
If children are confident about their abilities and capabilities, then they'll be more willing to take on new and exciting challenges.
2, 3, 4, 5.
Very good. Now, here we go. Do it once more for me.
Hey, Sonia hasn't got a fork.
Okay, we put down a fork there, and that's number 3. 3. Yeah.
Psst, everybody. It's important to listen. Listen.
This morning we're going to talk about our news. Can I
Children
understand
should be
what
encouraged
stage
to
is
develop good listening skills. Instruction and directions are given continuously at school, so a child needs to be a good listener if he or she is to participate fully in school life.
Can anyone tell me what do all the days of the week begin with? Lewis.
A capital letter.
Very good. A capital letter.
Mixing with others. We professors prefer to call it interacting.
Children need to learn how to be sociable, how to share and take turns. In all situations, in the classroom, at leisure, or at play, children need to learn respect for others and to be aware of others' feelings.
I have one more thing to say. Children must learn independence.
In order to take part fully in school life, children should have developed a good level of independence. Role playing is one significant way of helping your child to develop this. But how do you develop your child's management of these new skills? Children love to play and should be given ample opportunities to act out roles. They should also play with a variety of different objects. Engaging in physical play is also recommended. Social interplay with their peers is not just vital for linguistic development, but also for social and emotional skills. Choose toys carefully for both safety and educational reasons.
A child must learn to communicate, so language is essential. Whoops, here's Barry.
Yeah. Works for Capards.
And what does Daddy do? The role of language cannot be overemphasized. Language is an essential prerequisite to reading and writing, and it is also essential for the social and emotional development of children. Thus, for language development, listen to your child. Explain and tell, especially new words. Talk to your child and encourage him or her. Questioning your child will make them formulate answers. And never be afraid to retell to your child. It is for their benefit.
Right, okay, everybody looking up here, and we're going to start with the letter F. Starting at the top red line, one straight line, right down to the bottom red line. Okay? And 2 lines out to the side on the top red and on the blue. 2 lines out, okay? Right, can everybody try that then? Open the copybook. Right, starting at the top red line.
Once your child goes to school, the foundations that you, the parent, built at home form the platform for all aspects of language development.
On the blue. Very good. Excellent. Can I see that now, please? Very good. Excellent. Everybody got that? Very good.
When your child returns from school, it's important that you continue your active role, questioning and listening to your child's account of the day's events.
Carl.
Let the child tell his or her story. After all, it was their day.
Now, we're going to do your homework together.
Okay.
Is that okay? All right. Now.
Remember, it is never too early to prepare your child for life ahead. Hourly, daily, weekly, your child is experiencing a whole new world, a landscape full of objects and new experiences. Thus, for example, encourage your child to name the objects in a room. Name all the food on a table. Describe past, present, and future experiences. And of course, express his or her feelings.
Jigwich.
It's very good.
I want that ticket the Kianok. Igor Concorachil.
Okay, babe.
Go front Moshe the Helle.
Incidental and informal use of the Irish language by a parent will be of assistance to your child in easing their handling of a second medium. Familiarity with expressions such as Masha the Hulle, Gorev Mahagath, Mahan Colin, Shine, Sha'e will be invaluable to them in coping with the demands of school. Colourfully illustrated simple Irish storybooks will also be of benefit.
You want me to tell you your colours in Irish? Okay. Well, we've got Darrig, Bawn, Gurram, and Glass. So we've got Darrig, Bawn, Gurram, and then Glass.
I love teaching my children to read. What a joy. Okay, Mr. Narrator, I'm finished.
Lives far away from anybody that he can find.
Read to your child often. This encourages a love of books and creates an interest in reading. Ensure that reading is an enjoyable experience. Don't prolong the reading when the child has lost interest. Short, enjoyable experiences are best. Reading to your child in Irish and English may serve a positive end in making their more formal encounter with a second language that bit easier for them.
And I read on the story. And he decided to go for
Okay, before he throws me out again, I just want to tell you about writing. This television business, very stressful.
Young children need to develop the muscles in their hands before they can begin to write properly. You can help this development by encouraging them to do things which involve their hands, such as drawing or using Play-Doh. Before you know it, your child will begin to combine all the experiences outlined and continue the journey through formal education.
Boxes.
Good boy. Very good. Now, we're going to start counting. We're going to start here in the corner now.
Okay.
Right?
1, 2, 3, 4,
Very good.
5, 6, 7, 8.
8. Excellent. Very good. And what number is this?
8.
Number 8. Now, Barry, will you try and write number 8 for me?
Yeah.
Good boy. Now show me. Excellent. Will you do one more for me? One more now. One big number 8. Excellent. Very, very good. Now, will you count again for me? Start at number 1.
It's amazing how you can teach your child basic maths at home. There's no doubt about it. I am a genius.
You can help your child become familiar with the concepts of mathematics simply. Here are a few suggestions. Even for preschoolers, for example, a walk on the beach can be a huge educational experience for both child and parent. Collecting shells, pebbles can be fun, and again, use of the Irish language can be beneficial here, even simply for counting purposes. Concepts of more, less, the same can be illustrated with shells. If a beach is not convenient, a walk around your local street can be equally beneficial. Look, how many cars are parked over there?
Self-esteem. This is a tough one. Mr. Narrator, you seem to know it all. You tell him.
From birth, you're proud of your child. When a child behaves in a certain manner, a parent must deal with the situation while respecting the child's self-esteem. 3 factors are important. Describe the behavior to your child in a gentle yet assertive manner, conscious of the child's temperament and feeling.
I know each and every one of you are very...
The steps involve direct, clear communication and avoid language which could undermine a child's self-esteem. Children are likely to respond favourably when they're given reasons for the correction.
Don't touch. I said don't touch.
No, don't be the type of parent that says don't touch. For every time you say don't touch, you really are saying don't learn. Remember the 3 elements. Describe the behaviour, react in the correct way, acknowledge your child's feelings.
I told you, Mr. Narrator, I'm not here. I've gone to the classroom. Preparing your child is so important. Yes, here I am. You do it right and the children are happy.
The time will pass quickly, and before long your child will be just months away from starting school. It is an enormous change for a child to have to share a room with up to 35 other children and 1 adult. There is much that a parent can do, however, to prepare their child to cope with separation and socialization, and to build a sense of control in the child. Begin by thinking of the various skills your child will need to function independently in his or her new school environment. Being able to put on and take off their coat. Practice putting things in and out of their school bag. Take turns in the playground. Remember to always praise their efforts at every opportunity. Children cannot be independent if they cannot manage the equipment you provide. For instance, if a child cannot tie laces and needs to change shoes for PE or indeed for class, shoes with a Velcro fastener will enable him or her to change quickly and independently. Will your child manage his or her clothes by him or herself? Zips may be easier than buttons. Elasticated trousers can be less troublesome than zips or buttons. Lunches require more thought than what you think. A lunchbox or flask that is easily opened is an advantage. Plastic cartons for drinks are better than bottles.
This video is good, huh? And look, we're back at the beginning. I hope she's better organized this time.
At last, the big day has arrived. Your child's first day at school. To be organized since the night before is the real secret. Allow for a good breakfast, for this is the most important meal of the day. It not only breaks the child's long overnight fast and helps concentration, but it also lays down the foundation for healthy eating for the rest of the day. Allow plenty of time to get to the school. Remember, traffic varies in different parts of the country. Although your heart may be breaking, don't show it. Positive thinking is vital, not just for you, but for the child as well. Tell the teacher that you will be back at the appropriate time and leave. You can then return home to spend the day totally miserable. Meanwhile, if your child is upset, trust the teacher. He or she is a professional and knows how to comfort an anxious child. Parents should be aware of the normal times of opening and closing the school and of procedures to be complied with when there are changes to the timetable. All parents will be aware that even the most closely supervised children will have accidents occasionally. If your child has an accident at school, the teachers will respond in a caring and professional manner. It must be emphasized that there is no automatic entitlement to compensation for accidents in the school any more than there is for accidents in the home or elsewhere.
When I was a wee boy, I loved homework. Homework can be enjoyable. Just look.
Why is he clever cat?
Homework policy will vary from school to school. The variety of schools means that all schools will not operate the same policy. Thus, parents should be aware that there are different approaches. If your child's school has a policy of giving homework, then a routine should be established.
But it has. Look at the moon and the sky.
The child should be sitting comfortably at a table. Copies and books should be kept clean and tidy. If you're becoming impatient, stop. Don't bully or threaten. This will only have a negative effect. Do not allow children to watch television while doing homework. These are just a few of the more important guidelines. Ask your child's teacher for more detailed advice.
Mr. Narrator, I must take a break. Psst, psst. I knew this was the food section. I love it.
Surveys have shown that children's lunches are often very unhealthy and not adequate nutritionally. They tend to be low in fibre and high in fat and sugar. To change your child's eating habits for the better, it is best to do so gradually. The simplest and most effective way to plan a healthy lunch is to include in your child's lunchbox one food from each of the 4 main shelves in the food pyramid: bread, cereals, potatoes, fruit and vegetables, milk, cheese and yogurt, meat, fish and alternatives. To encourage children to eat vegetables, hide them. Grate vegetables into stews, soups and casseroles. Children are tempted by colourful foods. So let's hear from an expert.
Ensuring that your child eats 4 or more portions of fruit and vegetables a day need not be a chore. Here are some healthy, convenient, delicious and nutritious snacks for your children. made using wonderful homegrown produce. Many of the ingredients are in your kitchen already. Here I've made a vegetable dip with a cheese and chive dip. And as you can see, a wonderful range of carrots, cucumbers, tomatoes and celery. For the colder days, here's a quick soup recipe for the school flask, made using fresh tomatoes and onions. A terrific way to introduce fruit into the lunchbox is a fruit salad. Just pop some into a little plastic tub and don't forget the spoon. Flasks aren't just for keeping food hot, they keep this terrific fruit drink cold all day. Just whisk some strawberries and yogurt or milk. A wonderful fresh strawberry drink. An alternative to whole fruit in the lunchbox. Why not take some pears and apples, peel, stew and puree them. Put them in a little tub with a spoon for the lunchbox, or add a little bit of water for a fresh fruit drink. A great way to introduce more variety into the school lunchbox, and a great fun way too, is why not try some of these pizzas? The children will have great fun making them and eating them too.
Health experts agree that we should eat 4 or more portions of fruit and vegetables a day as part of a balanced diet. On board GLAS, the Horticultural Development Board promotes the increased consumption of fruit and vegetables as part of a healthy lifestyle. Children form their eating habits at an early stage. If they eat a wide variety of nourishing foods, their chances of being healthy are greater. For school children, breakfast is the most important meal of the day. It breaks the child's long overnight fast and helps concentration. By offering your child a healthy fruit and vegetable option in their lunchbox, such as small apples, carrot sticks or homemade vegetable soup, you are encouraging them to have better eating habits beneficial for later life.
Good morning, Betty speaking.
For schools to carry out their role properly, it is essential to have good home-school communication. Parents are the primary educators of their children, and their cooperation and support are essential to the school. Meeting the teacher or principal should be done by appointment.
How about next Wednesday, the 21st of April at 2 p.m, Mr. McNamara? Okay, thank you. I'll put you down for that. Okay. Thanks a million. Bye-bye.
Parent-teacher meetings are normal strategies in most schools. It is important that you attend these to keep in touch with your child's progress.
Teachers and parents are partners in education. If the partnership is to succeed, then it has to be one based on mutual respect, courtesy and cooperation. The school exists for the children and is always endeavouring to expand the range of learning experiences that are available to your child. You can help by taking an active part in your child's education.
As a parent, it is important that you're aware of the primary school structure and how it works. The schools are run by a board of management that meet regularly. All aspects of school life are discussed. Policies and strategies are formulated. The members of the board contribute voluntarily of their free time, primarily out of concern for your child and your community. Parents do contribute to the Board of Management by electing 2 representatives. Teachers and schools encourage and welcome parent involvement. In a typical school in the Republic of Ireland, where there's a staff of more than 1 teacher, the Board of Management is composed of normally the school principal and 1 other teacher representative. Also involved are 2 elected parents. The patron nominates 2 further members to the board. While another 2 members come from the local community. Thus, the Board of Management consists of 8 people who are primarily concerned about your child and your community. In Northern Ireland, the primary school structure is a little different. For example, a board of governors in a maintained school would consist of 1 parent, 1 teacher, 2 education and library board nominees, 6 trustee nominations, at least one of whom shall be a parent of a pupil attending the school. Bullying. Repeated aggression, verbal, psychological or physical, used by an individual or group against others. Its effects can be devastating. If you think your child is a victim of bullying, try to find out if this is a temporary response to something else. Talk to your child. Talk to the child's teacher. Bullies often suffer from a lack of confidence. Children should be taught to accept differences in others. You may need help if your child has a serious behavioral problem. If your child feels he or she is being bullied, stay calm. Teach the child that he or she has the right to say no. Establish the right to tell and talk about the problem. If bullying is physical, don't tell the child to hit back. Children who are loners can be more vulnerable and need help to socialize. Some situations are impossible and safety must come first. Some children attract bullies because of personal habits. Help from you can overcome this. There are possible signs that a child is a victim of bullying. May begin to do poorly at school, for instance. The child may have unexplained bruises and scratches and be evasive about how they got the marks. The child may also begin to bully other children in the family. May be unwilling to go to school or to walk to and from school. May come home regularly with books or clothes torn or missing. Parents, children and teachers working together are a great team. Preparing your child for life can be a rich, rewarding and happy experience.
So there you have it. Simple and straightforward. Being a parent can be a happy experience. Bye-bye, children. Beautiful children. I have to go. Bye-bye.